All right, so today we're going deep on Osho,
Osho.
and also known as Bhagwan Shree Rajneesh.
Right.
We've got some interesting stuff here about some of his core tenets in his life. Kind of want to look at why he mattered and pull out the interesting and impactful stuff for everyone listening.
So good.
So, this is a guy born in 1931, became this global figure
Yeah.
for all this stuff, meditation, mindfulness, just exploring what human consciousness is all about. But the thing that jumps out, at least to me, is how much he questioned just normal ways of life.
I think that's what makes him so interesting. He really wanted people to live fully. I mean, he emphasized freedom, creativity, and really embracing love.
Yeah, and where do you think that perspective came from? What were some of his big influences?
Well, he really blended a lot of different spiritual traditions together. It's almost like he took, Buddhism's focus on awareness and Hinduism's view of the universe and Taoism's emphasis on natural flow, and he kind of wove them all together. And at the center of it all was meditation and self-awareness.
It's really interesting, and it really resonated with people. I mean, you had the Rajneesh Ashram in Pune that was drawing people from all over.
Right, from all over the world.
And then, of course, the move to Oregon in the 80s, which was, controversial, to say the least.
For sure.
What do you think it was about his approach that got such a huge reaction, both positive and negative?
Well, I mean, he was pretty radical, right?
Yeah.
He took Eastern spiritual ideas and then mixed them with Western psychology. And he was doing it on this big stage, which I don't think had really been done before. And he talked openly about things like sexuality and personal freedom, which really challenged a lot of societal norms.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that. It wasn't just about personal change. I mean, he questioned religious institutions and just how society was structured in general. Like, he wasn't afraid to challenge the status quo, and that's gotta create some friction, right?
Totally. I mean, anytime you have someone pushing the boundaries like that, you're going to get some pushback. And, he definitely had his share of controversy, legal battles, and of course being deported from the U.S. But it's all part of his story.
It definitely is. And yet, even with all that, he's still influential. People still find inspiration in his teachings. His books are still around. People are still using his meditation techniques. So for everyone listening, what do you find interesting about this? What questions come up when you think about Osho, his life, and all this blending of traditions and this challenge to the norms?
Yeah, I think it's fascinating. He really offered a unique perspective that combined both Eastern and Western thought. And he placed a lot of emphasis on personal experience and self-discovery. And, even though his life was controversial, it shows how complicated things can get when people start questioning deeply held beliefs and try to forge new paths.
Absolutely. And I think that's a good takeaway for everyone listening. When you look at Osho's legacy, it's complex. But one of the things that really sticks with me is, how do you balance this idea of individual freedom that he was so passionate about with the structures that, inevitably come up within any movement? And how do we think about the controversies that surrounded him? What does his story tell us about, pushing boundaries and challenging the way things have always been done, especially when it comes to spirituality and personal growth? It's something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
See ya.
See ya.